Arts Management at the University of Auckland's Business School. Saima earned her PhD in Information Systems, focusing on the value of co-creation in the GLAM sector crowdsourcing. She also has a Master of Philosophy in Library and Information Studies and has spent over 15 years working in academic, school, special and national digital libraries in Pakistan and Saudi Arabia. So today Sam is going to talk to us about the benefits of using LinkedIn. Thank you, Saima.
Thank you, Diane, and here everyone. Thank you first of all, I would like to thank TEL-SIG organizers to offer me this opportunity. It's such a delight to get a chance to talk to professionals and discuss something mutual for our benefits. And thank you for introducing me. So let me first share my screen and just check that if it's working fine. So is it working fine?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you once again for giving me this opportunity, introducing me. I think pretty much you have already talked about that, who I am. So I have a library background. So over 15, 16 years, I work with different libraries in different regions and variety of libraries. So I say that I only did not work with public libraries. Apart from that, I have worked with almost all type of libraries during this time. And there is a large proportion of my career that was with university libraries. So, but I have a flavor of everything. And that kind of, I feel, quite empowered me when I was also lecturing library and information sciences in Pakistan and Saudi Arabia as a full-time or part-time lecturer in different duration of my career. At the moment, I'm lecturing information systems in University of Auckland, and I did my PhD from the same university also. So my career in this university started in 2018 when I came here to start my PhD. And at the same time, I start teaching as professional teaching fellow, but recently as a lecturer. Um, I have research interest around digital transformation, digital society, value co-creation, digital ecosystems. When I say digital society, so it range everyone from the senior citizen to displaced workers or children who are consuming digital content. So their inclusion or exclusion into society, those are some of the research interests that I research with my colleagues. And I'm still keeping a little bit of research with my LIS fellows or co-authors from my other life, I would say. So I'm still quite keen of the new trends and things happening in LIS field as well. And this also lead me to do thesis, my PhD thesis on again on the GLAM sector. So keeping the connection that way. In terms of my professional engagement, I was OCLC IFLA Earlier Career Fellow of 2009 class. That was one of the great experience when we got to visit and meet with chief librarians of various high standard national libraries, including Library of Congress, National Library of France, National Library of Amsterdam, and various libraries in Germany. That was just a life-changing experience for me to visit many libraries outside Pakistan and to meet people and look their operations and the technology they were using. It was just a life-changing experience for me. I have been involved with IFLA quite actively since 2016, especially with environmental sustainability and library section. Initially, I worked with them as their website manager, but later I am working, contributing with them as their Green Library Award reviewer since 2016. And of course, my latest professional engagements are with Information System Association and societies. So today's session is about understanding why LinkedIn matters, the benefits of having an effective profile, professional development, understanding LinkedIn features, and talking about some actionable strategies at the end. So before I ask this, can you please share that how many of you have a LinkedIn profile? Can you please raise your hand? I can only see one screen, so maybe, yeah, so I can see a few. Yep, yeah, that's great. So I think today is, instead of having a one-way session, I think it's more like resonate with us and trying to think that how we can, what we have already and how we can improve that. And it's more like a discussion thing, which I would like to say this way. So there are five main areas where I consider that LinkedIn matters. First of all, it is for professional presence. In terms of our professional presence, we are thinking about um, that what kind of portfolio we have, what we want to tell the world that who we are, what we are doing, and where we want to be. So these are the some basic information that we used to have in terms of our digital profiles or personas. This is the continuation of the same thing, or the CVs, or more we can say interactive CVs that we have. Then we have networking and visibility. We have personal branding. We have opportunities for learning and career development. And last, we have knowledge sharing and leadership opportunities that LinkedIn platform can offer us. So let us go through all of these one by one. So first of all is your professional presence. As most of you already have LinkedIn profiles, you all have more or less these sections sitting there. The display is our portfolio about our photo, professional photo, or a background banner, a headline that explains that who we are, what we do, and a custom URL. That's also something quite interesting and helpful. Then about you, your summary, your education experience, your work experience, your skill sets. Then comes your networking, the people who are there you are connecting with, the recommendations you have received or you have given, endorsements. So kind of building your own community around you, or joining some existing communities out there. Then there are feature sections where we can also share about our licenses, certificates, awards, honors, projects, volunteer or community involvements. So more or less, these are the four major areas of any LinkedIn profile, a very up-to-date LinkedIn profile, where you can literally see the journey of that person. I try to keep all maximum of these sections on my LinkedIn profile, although it's not static. That's also another interesting feature that apart from my static CV, LinkedIn give me an opportunity to make it more dynamic, more organic. It grows over time. There is a digital footprint which I can show. An interesting thing, I applied somewhere and there was a question around my experience over years. And they have looked at my LinkedIn profile and also my Google Scholar profile meanwhile, and they could resonate and they pick up some questions about my workplace experience, because I did not only make entries about my work experience, but I also had these small happenings or activities or just little achievements, little sharing from my work experience through my posts. And they pick up things from there, and we have this very interesting conversation during my interview. So I think LinkedIn give us an opportunity to understand a person more than just a static CV. If we are active on this social media platform, we are starting building our own digital presence and also digital brand. The next thing comes the networking strategies on LinkedIn. So we use all kind of different strategies. Sometimes we add our friends from workplace. Sometimes we have friends from our alumni who are our alumni, or we studied together, we did some projects together. We go to different conferences, seminars, workshops, and we meet people. And nowadays we hardly exchange our printed visiting cards. Uh, we do have this, but we hardly exchange this. Instead, we always offer to let them scan our LinkedIn QR code and then to add ourselves as friend, because this is a little bit more dynamic way of keeping in contact with people. Then we have this opportunity that we can connect with like-minded people, or the recommendations are offered by LinkedIn itself that maybe we're interested to connect with certain people. We join different groups online. These could be groups of interest, of community of practices, or it could be groups from association, for example, LIANZA, ALA, IFLA, SILIP, some famous library associations around the world. We join their pages so we can stay updated, but also as a member of those online groups on LinkedIn, we start building our connections on a higher level. And then we also consider building more curated networks. In terms of building curated networks, we focus on certain type of targets. For example, I was when I came to New Zealand and I started doing my PhD in the GLAM sector, I was completely new to this market, and having these connections and trying to get a reach to the GLAM organizations and to find a case for me to study was a big challenge for me. On top of that, my supervisors, they were not from the library science background. They couldn't support me in that matter also. So what I did, I started looking at LinkedIn, and I started looking at people who are working in different GLAM organizations in New Zealand. I also happened to attend one of the digital conference in Wellington, and I got to meet many GLAM people over there. The only thing I did there, because I went there without any GLAM affiliation, New Zealand GLAM affiliation. I was a student looking for some connections. The first thing I did, I get those people LinkedIn profiles during the meeting, and I said, "Can you please add me?" Or, "This is my LinkedIn, just send an invite to yourself." And from there, I started building these connections. And within 3 years, I know a lot of GLAM people in New Zealand. And in within 1 year of that conversation, I was able to get access to my case of the study, which was Auckland War Memorial Museum. So that was such a great opportunity for me to have this curated network of people in a place where I did not know anyone, I did not have any connection, I did not have any mediator for me to introduce to other people of interest. But this platform helped me very well. And I did 70% of my data collection through connections I made on LinkedIn. So I think it is such a fabulous platform for not only networking but also growing and going towards certain goals. Then about personal persona. So personal persona is also a very interesting thing. You gradually craft your digital personal branding online through the posts you create, through the events you promote or you want to participate, or you reshare the posts, or creating these meaningful connections, or showing a constant engagement through posting or being part of some professional organizations on LinkedIn. It is a careful decision which path you want to take, where you want to establish yourself. And I find that the social media platforms, especially LinkedIn, in some cases Twitter as well, in some cases Instagram as well, could be helpful when you try to build your connection in certain direction or to be part of a certain community. Uh, Therefore, carefully start crafting it. In my case, when I was about to finish my PhD, when I was almost a year far from submitting my thesis, and my supervisor told me, "Okay, this is the time to start looking for your jobs." And I carefully start creating my LinkedIn presence. There was on purpose when I was posting some things from my lectures, for example, that what I'm teaching to the students. some photographs, some nicely done post. Then a following or some influential people in my field, the areas I'm researching, some prominent scholars who are doing that specific methodology which I'm using. Then also becoming part of online organizations, online pages or communities. So carefully, I started working towards that a year before I was actually started. Actually, I was going to go out in the market to search for a lecturer position, and that was all a careful decision. And that time, when I post something and someone tells me in my department that, oh, that's nice, and you're posting things, I said, yeah, that's a careful thing because I'm going to go out in the market. So that was a known strategy that what I'm doing, and I continue to do this gradually. Of course, there is a challenge of doing time management that we will discuss later. uh, but personal branding is, I think, is very important when you are building your online presence, just like on any other social media platform. In the professional community, what side of you want to show, and which are the areas that interest you, which is the career paths you want to take in the future, or which are the job markets you want to target in future, and then strategically you start building your profile around that. And also the profile I say here is through your digital footprint. Slowly you start building around that. Then comes learning and career development. Learning and career development, there's a lot of opportunities on LinkedIn. Um, Among many other social media platforms that I use, LinkedIn, I started using, I guess, in 2009 when first time I went for my OCLC fellowship, and they introduced us to different kind of social media platforms. By that time in Pakistan, it was not very common to know about these platforms. And that was my first introduction with Facebook and with YouTube actually as well, and also LinkedIn. I'm still on Facebook. I'm still on many other social media platforms. And again, I use them on purpose. If I'm doing a certain type of research and I know this community is more active on Twitter, then I'll go and use that. But I'm not very active personally on those social media platforms, but I'm available. I'm more active on LinkedIn. And that was again a very careful decision, which I purposely make many years ago that um, Facebook, I used to be active, but I start getting a little bored there. The same amount, same circle of information I was consuming from there, and I wanted to learn something new. And that's the point when I started becoming more active on LinkedIn. And I feel it some days when I spend more time on LinkedIn, I feel that it's really addictive because you're learning new information, you're learning new pieces that people are sharing. Someone is doing research on something, someone has a point of view about something. There is new call for papers you can see there. There is new opportunities for collaboration that you can see. It is quite addictive actually. And I have to remind myself that I have to do other things also, but also to spend some time on LinkedIn. So in LinkedIn, learning and career development, I divide these few things. First of all is LinkedIn learning. We will talk about this later in the second slide. There is global networking. As I said earlier, that I'm part of many community of practices online, which resonate with either my teaching or my research or my professional commitments, engagements other than my profession, but community engagements. They resonate with that, and I'm part of those communities. And becoming part of those communities on LinkedIn, this is a single platform, so I can keep getting updates what they are doing and trends. And when I feel like something that really impacts me, I do share. Sometimes I repost, sometimes I comment on the post, and that's engagement I keep there. There are professional groups, for example, LIANZA, ALA, IFLA. They also give you opportunity to stay update what is happening around the world. Showcasing work is another way of doing things. As I said earlier, that carefully crafted your posts um, or resharing is the way that how you are working and what are you doing. And that's also a good place to showcase your things. Events and webinars, either you are conducting yourself or you're participating or you're promoting, or you just get information about different events and webinars. That's also a great opportunity to learn. Career opportunities, of course, we find jobs from LinkedIn, or we let other organizations know that we are available and open to work in certain areas. And trend tracking, which happens becoming part of these active communities online. These are all different learning and career development opportunities. And these are also very helpful and self-sufficient, because after we finish our degrees, we are learning either on the workspace or from the community of practice. And LinkedIn is nowadays is a very good place to have access of these new pieces of information and be part of these trends, what the organizations or community is focusing on. Let's talk about now LinkedIn Learning. LinkedIn Learning, as you may already know, that it is a platform which offers you thousands of courses. Most of these are free of charge courses, and some of these are priced courses as well. These are there's an extensive course library available there. And in this course library, you can find many things which are related to library, but then also many things which are not directly related to library operations, but more important for our day-to-day learning. For example, generative AI. We're all impacted with generative AI in one way or other. And there are so many interesting things sitting just on the LinkedIn where you can learn as you go. Um, and interestingly, these courses offer you certifications or badges at the completion, which again become part of your digital profile on LinkedIn. And it also show an indication that you are continuously spending time on your professional and personal development, and that your potential employer can see, and you can also use these certificates for promotions, finding new jobs, and or maybe engaging or designing something new, some new services for your libraries as well. The community engagement is also possible. So once you are taking the courses and you done some courses, it's suddenly open up to different kind of communities. Once you do that, you share these small posts, people start connecting with you. They start reaching out to you as well. The new addition is AI powered coaching, which is unfortunately not available for free. You need to use subscriptions for that, and then integration of these skills and certificates back to your LinkedIn profile. So there are two, three different ways of doing it. First of all, is you can activate your 1 month free subscription. You can access these through LinkedIn libraries. Let me share you this page. And these courses usually take around 30 to 120 minutes, 2 hour long. Some of these has exams at the end. Some of that these do not have exam or quizzes at the end. Um, those which have quizzes or exam at the end, you need to achieve 70% to get a certificate. But that is worth it, because you get something that you can put on your profile. Let me take you to the page. Right. Just for reconfirmation, can you see my Chrome page? Yeah. Thank you.
Yep.
Right. So there is few things here. Career journey. So you need to go to your LinkedIn career journey. You can access it through LinkedIn Learning. If you can click this link, if you have not used this platform before, you can click this. This is the same profile as LinkedIn, but it is slightly different URL. You can also access through this All right. So, looking at your profile, it suggests you a kind of a pathway where you can, or suggests you different range of courses that you should attend. So my career goal is lecturer. If I want to edit this and see grow in a lecture career or explore a different career, according to that, it will start crafting me some suitable courses for me that I should take. Also, there's an opportunity to once you're not learning my career journey. Also, there's an opportunity to add different courses of your interest. Maybe you are not happy with the automated suggestions, but you want to learn, for example, generative AI. You want to build your skill set and an understanding of this, and you wanted to just learn around that. So you can add courses, and then it will automatically start building and giving you these type of suggestions. So at the moment, it is giving me leveraging Gen AI for educational advancements because I'm a teacher and I'm also using Gen AI quite a lot. Also, because I'm the courses I'm teaching, I'm using generative AI during those courses, and I continuously crafting my posts around that information. So I think that is the two combination that it pick from my profile. Then ethical and engaging AI application. This is another area which I'm really interested in terms of my research and teaching. So it's automatically have suggested me these. But then I can add further modules depending on what kind of skill sets I want to build on. So pretty much I can customize. So I can rely on the suggestions given by LinkedIn itself, and then I can customize my own learning plan here. You can have library content, you can have something specific, for example, coding practices, if you just want to learn the coding related skill set. So there is, for example, Python for non-programmers, beginners course, then intermediate, then advanced, and goes on. So if you just want to learn something specific, that also you can craft here. It's a very interesting way of learning, and also what I like here, there are so many open courseware is available today. We are not short of these accessibilities, right? There's so many things out there. But interesting thing on the LinkedIn and the other platforms is I'm not comparing the content of these two. I'm just comparing the opportunity of having doing the courses here, but also building your network related to that, and an opportunity to share your new learning on the same platform you are. So this make it slightly different than other coursewares like Coursera or Khan Academy on this. Again, I'm not comparing the content. In terms of content, maybe you can find some coding related stuff more interesting and more impactful on Khan Academy, while here you will find it maybe more basic, but it gives you an opportunity to showcase your newly gained knowledge, exchange your knowledge with the community of practice, and also build more connection based on your newly acquired skills. So that's just a different addition here. And of course, then you can achieve the certificates, and certificates are also offered from different professional organizations, including Microsoft, GitHub, and etc. So this how this happens. So once you complete a course, the courses are again sometime offered by different organizations. They also posted their courses on LinkedIn. And then you get a choice to make a choice between, for example, a course that was sponsored or collectively built by six different course providers, including Microsoft and others. You are given an opportunity to pick one of these to customize your certificate. So it is still authentic, and it is valuable, um, tangible, also tangible. It's not only intangible skills you get, but you get something tangible that you can post here. Right. So now how we can do this? As I said earlier, most of these courses are subscription based. You need to activate your subscription. If your organization is not providing that subscription, you need to do it yourself. Even my organization do not offer us this subscription based thing. We all use a free access. So there are two things. As you can see here on the top, there is a one option, join free 1 month trial. but that's again only for 1 month. And within 1 month, as much as you can consume, you can do. But after that, you need to go on subscription model. The other good thing is accessing this through your Auckland libraries. I'm not sure how many of participants here are member of Auckland libraries, but Auckland libraries has they have a deal with lynda.com that was also a courses platform. And now their courses and a few other courses from around 16,000 um, course videos and courses available for free if you access your LinkedIn Learning with your Auckland libraries card and card ID and your password. So I think, again, I'm not sure how many participants here are from Auckland, but this is a good opportunity. I tried to look up for other consoles. Maybe you can also see maybe other console libraries also offering something like that. Or whenever next time you come and drop by to Auckland, just go to any library, get your membership, and you can still access these resources. So I find it quite interesting that this is a very, very good source to access these things for free, or most of these things. Right. Going back to our presentation. Yeah, right. So let us have this small activity here now. It's good that most of you already have your LinkedIn profile. So I'm popping this link into chat. So can you please go to this link? And this is a small post I created yesterday about this session and what it is. And I posted a question here. What are the key benefits that you have achieved from your LinkedIn engagement? So I would like you to comment here. And also, this is an opportunity for to create a network here. You can add at least 2 members from this list, which are not existing in not your existing friend list. So let's have this small activity. It's not compulsory, of course, to add new people, but I'm going to add everyone who's going to post here. So yeah, just have 2-3 minutes for this activity. And I'm sending some connections requests. Usually I write a note whenever I send a request that who I am, what I'm doing, and or why I want to connect with these people. But I take this opportunity to just send without a note. Yeah. And I will send the rest of invites later today. All right. Thank you, everyone, for this little activity. And be bold to add new people. This is LinkedIn. This is social media. We have many friends, and you will be surprised to know that how sometimes how these passive connections become really useful. When you're looking for some information, when you're looking for a connection, when you're looking for a collaboration, you suddenly remember, oh, I know someone, and then you connect and you see that how easily things get done. So definitely, it's an amazing source. Which I like quite a lot. All right, so now let's talk about knowledge sharing and leadership. In terms of knowledge sharing and leadership, I've divided into two different areas. One is for the librarians, and for the other is for our libraries. When we are doing little activities or we are doing, so I saw many Facebook pages about library from different libraries, my local libraries I visit to, and they keep sharing their activities on Facebook. And that is really helpful because you get to know about your community, and also community knows that what libraries are doing, but also there is a continuous digital footprint around the library activities. Conducting live book recommendation sessions. You can also do this on LinkedIn as well. You can promote library events or services, collaborate with experts. A very interesting opportunity. I still got connected. Once upon a time, I wrote, once upon a time, I say, because that was my master's thesis. I wrote my thesis on library websites at that point, and later on, I get to publish a paper out of it. That is still one of my most cited paper. That's really interesting that until 5 years ago, I was many people around the world from libraries. They connect with me and they ask that, can you review our library website? At that time, library websites a thing, and they just reach out to me because they read my paper and they find me online and they just want me to review their library website and give some suggestions. Completely voluntary thing, but I love to be connected with people. So yeah, collaboration with other experts, repurpose content. You continuously repurpose content. That's very interesting because not every time you need to write a new post at yourself. You can reuse a post, you can repost someone else's post. Still, it is an activity you do. And you can schedule and promote in advance, just like last night I promoted this event that what I'm going to do today. In terms of setting invisibility, another thing I would like to share with you is about the yeah. So in terms of getting information about different jobs, you can do a little change in your settings. I'm not sure if you already have, but it is worthwhile. So you go to your settings and privacy. And in settings and privacy, you have an option, data privacy. And then you have job seeking preferences. I can later on, I can copy these links in chat as well. And once you are here, you need to, so by default, these are off. These are off by default, these settings. You need to on this if you want to signal an interest of recruitment, the companies you are interested in. So there's a two-way thing. So one you do this way, and the other is that you also go and on. So you just go and on this. By default, it's off. The next thing you can do once you on this, then you refresh, and then you go to the organizations where you want to work. For example, Library of Congress, just for the sake of example. If you go there and you see the job on that organization page, once your setting is on, then you can see the option I'm interested or set alerts. Sometimes there is another bar given like set alerts. And once you do that, automatically you will start getting feeds from that certain organization about jobs. And the job and the organization will be also have this that you are interested there. So it's a two-way thing you can build here. So this is one of the things. There are many other things in the settings and privacy that you can do to make your profile more visible, accessible to the recruiters, or also to the limit of the certain things. This is pretty much in your hand. So I would strongly suggest to go and have a look at your settings and see which function can give you what kind of opportunities. Right. So let us go back. Yeah. Okay, so now what are the challenges and some suggestions? So there are two big challenges, I would say, related to the LinkedIn. The second one is, I think, actually the first one is that hesitation in self-promotion. I have heard that many people sharing their hesitation that they feel shy to, oh, but that's my routine work. Why should I share about that? Or that's my everyday work. What's big about that to share? So they feel that there is nothing very significant or important to share about their activities or their stuff. And the second is lack of time. Or unfamiliarity with the platform. I think familiarity with the platform is quite easy. We are all digital users and organic, but lack of time is a problem. So there are some solutions or suggestions for that. So in terms of lack of time, I personally allocate time, either weekly or fortnightly, depending on how many events I'm doing or when I know my course is going to wrap up. And if I'm teaching two or three courses together, so I know this is the week I need to send these pieces of information out on LinkedIn, either at the beginning of the course or the end of the course, or if during the course something happened interesting. So I usually set some time separate to do this. Initially, when I start posting these information about my lectures related stuff on LinkedIn, it took me 2 to 3 hours to write a post, going back and forth, fixing it. Um, I don't want to sound self-promoting. I don't want to sound stepping on someone's tail as well. So, and the choice of the word. So, and I'm also not a native speaker. So there was a lot of going back and forth for me. And initially, I remember I spent 3 hours on my first post when I really carefully crafted that, and then tagging the right people, tagging the right association, giving them right tags. But now this is very easy with AI. AI is fabulous to write the post you have just commented on. I asked AI to chat GPT to write this prompt this chat for post for me. I gave the link to the post created by TELSIG. I said this is the source of information. I'm conducting this session. Write it under 150 words. Keep it professional. Highlight the impact and give me the tags. That are the few instructions of the prompt I give to AI, and there I go. I did make some edits, but it was way easier than my initial post, which took me 3 hours to write and craft. So with AI, it has become really easy to craft these things than before. If you want to create your digital persona or presence online, and you want to set yourself as a brand for something, for example, AI in libraries or AI for elderly, for example, or coding for children, or something like that, you want to build your or AI for metadata corrections, for example, whatever is your topic of interest, and where you want to build your digital persona, then you need to start thinking about topics, a list of contents that you will post in next few months. So you actually schedule these things, then you carefully start posting. And that's what I said earlier, is a careful selection of topics and also timeline when you have to do this. Start small, low stake post work, reposting. You can start with that and slowly then you can sometime reposting with your own thoughts, and then gradually you can start writing your own posts. And Gen AI is make many things very easy. You can find heaps of prompts now available how to write LinkedIn posts. Hesitation is another challenge that many of us face. In terms of hesitation, I think one key here is, instead of reframing your self promotion to knowledge sharing. So that is very important, and I think that is also that you're trying to share your experiences with other. You're trying to tell other people that what you did in a certain course or event, or you read something and these are the outcomes, or you watch something and or you listen to a podcast and that's really interesting to certain kind of issues and that you want to repost. So these type of, instead of self promotion, that I was listening to this and I was, so it's more like knowledge sharing and key takeaways. Again, Gen AI can be really helpful to craft the language in a way. Curate before you create. There is always an option to save the post. So when I'm sometimes I'm reading the post when I'm on the way, and because I'm not driving, so I can read the posts, or I'm bussing around. And that time, if I don't have time to something long, I save that. And I'm building my own creation in my LinkedIn. And then I have an opportunity to go back and read it again. Focus on the community. If you're posting and focusing on something related to the community, then it become less of your self promotion, but more like, again, the community promotion, the objective or the purpose you are promoting. You can start by asking questions instead of sharing the answers, that also initiate interesting discussion among your people. And you can celebrate, never shy away of celebrating your progress on the LinkedIn. So these are some of the strategies that I personally do, and I think that would be helpful for you as well. So thank you again for your patience. That's all from my side. Over to Diane and Kate.
Thank you very much, Saima. That was great. So I haven't really used LinkedIn much myself, so that was a great little introduction. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes, that was great. And I think, yeah, starting small and making AI your friend is a good idea. Sometimes it can be hard to wonder about framing a post and getting the right tone. Are there any questions? This is our opportunity. I don't think there are any in the chat at the moment, but this is our opportunity to spend some time asking questions.
I can see that someone has shared that Wellington Council Library also have LinkedIn access. So there we go. And I hope you will, the other people, they are based in other regions, they will also find some kind of opportunities from their consuls. I think I have a comment that didn't know you could express interest in the jobs in a way on the LinkedIn. Yes, that's pretty much your preferences. When I was finishing my PhD, I was open to work, and I have this interest openly shared because that time I was in the market. As soon as I got my job, the first thing I do, I literally crop my profile and I change a few settings. So again, these kind of things, this is a dynamic CV, and there's a few things that you can do on the go if you like. Again, this is your choice that if you feel like comfortable doing those things or not. Are bad actors scammers? Oh yes, there are. There are. All the social media is full of that. I'm teaching a course, and a part of one of the assessments students have to do is to create their LinkedIn profiles. And this is a large scale course. I have 900 students in that course. And many students send me invites to add me as friend. So I was just accepting. And then I tried to accept one, and suddenly I got that notification from LinkedIn, be careful you who you are accepting. And I hold it and I did not accept that certain person. Then I accepted few other, didn't that message show this message. Again, I tried to click that person, it showed again. So yes, there are scammers and there are algorithms working on the social media platforms of the background who can pick up these things, but we also need to be careful. My personal strategy when I add people on social media is that I look at that who they are. So in terms, if they are my students, I cannot remember the name of 900 students, but they have already crafted their profile. So I match with these things and then they are know they're my students. If they are not my direct contact, I rely on second or third contact and see how many of us are mutual friends. So these are, I think these are kind of small things that I always do. by adding before that who these people are. And then I noticed many accounts got dormant also by the passage of time. People change their accounts and stuff. But yes, there are scammers, and there are also scammers in terms of freelancing job opportunities. Big scams. You can find on LinkedIn as well, because especially in this area, when you say freelance working, you don't know. You need to check any possible source before confirming and agreeing to work with such platforms or people. Any other question?
Okay. No? Okay, well, the seminar is recorded, so it will be up on the LIANZA YouTube channel shortly, if you want to review anything that Saima's spoken about. So thank you so much, Saima. It's a